All right, what's up, guys? How we doing? Good to see you all again. Welcome to warm up day 3 of the next chapter. So let's go over this. I'll try to make it nice and sweet today. And by nice and sweet, it's probably gonna take me like 2 hours, but I'll do my best. All right. Remember, for any warm up we ever do, try to do by yourself. Okay? If you could try to do it by yourself first and then check with this, that would be awesome. Okay, so that's my best advice to you guys, because this stuff you guys should be able to do at this point after looking at the notes. And then if you need to check through, then check through with me. Okay, if an equilateral triangle has a side length of 20, then the area is 200. So we're trying to see if these things are true or false. Well, we don't know right away, so we have to make sure we draw a picture. So remember, equilateral triangle is a triangle that has all sides the same. Okay, and if all sides are the same, then all the angles are the same, which means that we have, 60, 60, and 60 up here, which I'll leave away for a second. So remember, it says if the triangle is a side length of 20, so that means this is 20, this is 20, and this is 20, then the area is 200. So remember, the area of a triangle is half times base times height. Okay, and then we're still using that to this day. But if the area of a triangle is half base times height, we have half, we have the base, but we don't have the height. So that's why we draw in the height. And then remember, that splits the top 60-degree angle into 30, 30. Well, at this point, we now have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So very basic stuff. If we know this whole side's 20, then this piece would be 10. And from our 30, 60, 90 triangle, crossing the 60, this would be 10 square root of 3. That's the height. Okay? So the area of this triangle will be half times the whole base times the height, 10 square root of 3. If you multiply this out, the area of this triangle, half of 20 is 10, 10 times 10 is 100 square root of 3. Okay? So obviously, it's not 200. This is false. All right? Donezo. Okay. Next one, each lateral face, so almost like the sides, of a prism is a triangle. This would be false. Okay? Because we know that when we have a prism, all the lateral faces are rectangles. Okay, so there's a big difference between pyramids and prisms. Prisms are always going to have the rectangles all the way around. Okay? Like over here, this is a prism, because wherever our base is, every other side is going to be a rectangle. Okay? When you have pyramids, though, those lateral faces are triangles. So maybe you change it to this statement, and that would be true. That pyramids always have triangles as their lateral faces. So there you go on that one. Okay? If the circumference of a circle is 16 pi, so C equals 16 pi, then the area is 64 pi. So remember, if we have circumference, okay, and we want to find area, the idea to find area is that you need radius. So we have to find radius in the fact that was given to us. So circumference is 2 pi r equals 16 pi. So 2r equals 16 and r equals 8. Okay, so that means my radius is 8. If I do my area formula of a circle, which is pi r squared, and I do pi times 8 squared, then the area is 64 pi. And we can see that when the circumference is this, the area is this. So this is true. Like my boy 2 Chainz. Yay, yay. 2 Chainz. He's got the circle glasses, right? 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, but I got me a few on. Yeah, 2 Chainz. Okay. All right. So over here, this is kind of a different way to go about finding the surface area, but it's actually a really good way. It's a visual way. So it says, draw the net and find the surface area of these two shapes. So something to remember is that whenever you have a net is just basically if you took this thing and you just flatten it out completely flat, and then you can see all of its pieces. So in this one, let's just say, since it's a rectangular prism and everything's a rectangle, let's just say the bottom is the base. That makes it nice and easy for us. So I like to say, okay, here's my bottom. Okay, that bottom is a 9x3 bottom base. Okay, here's a 9x3. Okay, so there's that bottom, 9x3. But then if you like open up this box, there's this little piece here, this little piece here, right? And there's this bigger piece here, this bigger piece here. So it's like the bottom and all the sides, but then there's also the top. The top, you can't forget about the top. So the top I'll just put over here. There's the top. Okay. So the bottom is 9x3. Okay. The little side on the right and the left is a 3x7. So these are both 3x7s. Okay. The front wall, like here, and then the back wall, which are these two things, are both 9x7. 9x7, 9x7. Okay, and then obviously the bottom, or the top is also the same as the bottom, 9x3. So if I find all these things, so we could, there's 2 of the 9x3s, there's 2 of the 9x7s, and there's 2 of the 7x3s, or 3x7s all around. That would be, what is this? 54, 126, 42. This is Kendrick Lamar's favorite number here. 222. Okay, sorry, that's cool. Okay, and that's the area. Beautiful, gorgeous. Love it. So this is really not that bad when you have a rectangular prism, but this homie is where it gets pretty rough with 2 F's. Okay, so for a surface area of a cylinder, okay, if we're going to break it up into a net, we obviously know that the front and the back are 2 circles, right? So we have the circle here, and I put my other circle here. But you know that this curved, rounded part around, if you guys just kind of remember what I did last time with my AMC ticket over here. Get my AMC ticket. So remember AMC ticket. If this is a cylinder, right, it goes around in a circle like a can of whatever, and I take this wrapping off, it's a rectangle, okay? So you always have to imagine that the outer part of a cylinder is a rectangle. Okay. Another real life application, like let's say you had a soup can and you took off the label is a rectangle. So that's what this is. Okay. Surface area. So pretty chill. Diameter is 6, so the radius is 3. And if I want to find the area of these 2 circles, it's very basic. It's pi r squared. So pi r squared, and this is r squared. And the radius is 3. So this piece is 9 pi, and this piece is also 9 pi. So I'm expecting you guys to get that because that's last chapter. The one thing you got to be careful of is that this part here, okay? So there's the height, and then there's something over here which we'll talk about. But the height of the cylinder is always very basic. They're going to give that to you. That's 9. Okay? But then remember that this part is the part that wraps around the circle. So this is the circumference. Okay, that will never change. Never ever change. So this is the circumference because that's what wraps around the circle. So circumference is 2 times pi times r, which would make this 6 pi. Okay, that's this distance, 6 pi. Okay, so if this is 6 pi and this is 9, that makes this whole entire area of this thing 54 pi. Let me get some colors in here too. So look what we have. We have 9 pi and 9 pi from the top and the bottom. And then this whole outer ring is 54 pi. And if we add all those up, 9 pi plus 9 pi plus 54 pi, the total area is 72 pi. Love it. And that should be all for this whole warm-up. Okay? Peace.